All right. Good evening, everyone. We want to go ahead and call the June 8th Committee of the Whole meeting to order. It is 6:07. Monica, can we go ahead with the roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Mayor Poole. Eric Burkhalter.
Present.
Esther Boyd.
Present.
Rosemary Brown.
Present. Here.
Emma Fitzgerald.
Oh.
Robert Lawson.
Present.
And Kiana Tribute.
Present. I do want to say that Pamela Fitzgerald is, she did let us know that there she is now. So never mind. I was going to ask us to excuse her, but she's here now. So Pam, we were just doing the roll call. So if you just want to indicate that you're present.
Thank you, Kiana. Yes, I'm present.
All right. Well, you can take it over from here. We just got started. So the next thing, we're just on the first agenda item, which would be the reading of the minutes. So I'll let you take over.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So now if you just take a few minutes to read the previous minutes from May 11, 2021. Are there any corrections to the minutes? If
There's
not,
just one-
oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Just one small one that I see under the employment contract, Village Police Division. That last part there, where it says to offer candidates who are going to enroll in the academy, it says "and" with a D. It should just be "AN" and incentive payment.
Monica, did you get that? Okay, thanks. So I just need a motion for the approval of the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the May 11th Committee of the Whole meeting.
I'll second.
It has been approved and seconded. All ayes, all ayes. Any nays? Motion carries. So now we'll jump down into the agenda today. We'll start with the tax budget.
Alrighty. More of an update than anything else. The draft tax budget has been prepared. Each one of the council members should have had a copy of the draft tax budget in their village mailboxes. That's there for your review. We are scheduled to have a tax budget hearing at 6:30 on the 29th. So that'll be just before the regular council meeting. And we can go ahead and review that then. If there are any questions, obviously we can answer them at the hearing. If anybody reviews it and has any questions in the meantime, they're welcome to call me or email me. Also, those tax budgets are available for the community to review. They're at the municipal building. So those are right at the front desk. We're happy to let anybody look at them that wishes to do so. We can make a copy of it if someone wants to take it home with them. I'll just did anybody have any questions about that? No, okay. Let's move down. Salary ordinance is mine too. The new salary ordinance for 2021 has been drafted. We're still kind of looking over that a little bit. There are a couple items on there I know I think Jerry was looking at, and I know Ashley was kind of double checking some of my numbers to give me a second set of eyes. But that'll go ahead and be sent out to the law director to be put onto legislation for the council meeting. Also, payroll company. The village is looking to switch its payroll company from Paycor to Paycom. There will be a contract for legislation at the next council meeting to go ahead and enter into a contract with Paycom. We've had some issues with Paycor here this last year. Paycom seems to be able to address those things. They're also providing additional services that will be beneficial to the village, and the contract price will be similar to Paycor. And then the last thing I had didn't seem to make it on the agenda, that we have an update on the Public Works truck. All the loan documentation has been put together for the Public Works truck. Our bond attorneys are drafting the resolution for it. We will have a special council meeting on the 21st at 6:45, so just before the Finance Committee meeting, to go ahead and approve the legislation to enter into the lease purchase agreement for the Public Works truck. We had to get that done a little bit early to make the deadline so that US Bank wouldn't change the loan rate. Again, we had a really good interest rate of about 1.9%, so we don't want to lose that. And that's all I had from finance, unless anybody has any questions.
Is there any questions for Tim?
Okay. No, I'm right. Thank you. Never mind, Madam Chair.
Okay, if there's no questions for Tim, we will move forward to the pool update. Jerry, I think you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Wait a minute, Pam.
Hey, I was asking Paula, she wants to add in. Wonderful.
Hey, sorry, Jerry, we can barely hear you. You're going in and out. Try it again.
Let me see. Okay.
Huh. Hold on. Hey, Pam,
Yes.
let me go holler at him and tell him to come over in this office.
Okay, we'll just wait.
Caught ourselves closing these doors so we wouldn't kind of off of each other, and it's still doing that. Weird.
It sounded like Jerry's volume might have been a little high. He might try to turn down his volume a little bit, and that may help. Try to turn your volume down, Jerry.
Pam. Yeah, I'm all the way up.
Hey, I got a question for Tim while they're
Sure.
getting that together. Is
Okay.
he still on? You still on, Tim?
Oh, yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I've got you.
Okay, I was gonna ask about the payroll company. You said you're
Yeah.
switching over to a different payroll company. Now, is
Yes.
there any penalization? Were we in a contract with the old payroll company, and is there any penalization if there was?
No, it's basically like a one-year contract. You just have to give them a certain amount of notice to eliminate that or to get out of that contract. So as long as we give them adequate notice, there's no penalty.
Okay, and then what did you say the price difference was in the one that you just got? You said it was a little bit higher or less?
It's very minimal. I believe it's maybe a difference of a couple of $100. This one might be a couple $100 more, but they were both of the companies are around $19,500, I believe. And like I said, the difference in price is minimal. And quite frankly, we're probably estimating a little high. The amount of the contract is based on the number of employees and processes. And so I know we kind of gave them a maximum amount of 100 employees. We don't have 100 employees right now anyway.
Okay, so it's gonna end up being a little less.
Probably a little bit less, in all honesty, yeah.
Okay, those are the only questions I had. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Hi, Tim. I have a question, Pam. The salary ordinance.
Sure.
Did we get a copy of that, or you said you're waiting for Emily to get it? Do we have a?
I will go ahead and send a draft of it out. We were just kind of double checking the numbers. And
Okay,
then I know Jerry has a copy of it now as well. So just wanted to make sure everybody else had a quick chance to review it before I pushed out to council. But you will have a copy of that in advance of obviously the council meeting. It'll be ready for finance committee. And if it's prepared any earlier than that, I'll send it out as well. But I'll make sure that it's the draft that Emily has reviewed as well.
okay, thanks.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Are there any more questions?
Can you hear me, Jerry?
Okay, we'll move on to Jerry. We'll try this again, Jerry, and see if we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear him. That ain't helping us.
So he may be coming over to you, Mayor.
That's fine. Excuse me. While he's going over that. Yeah, no, it's fine. You see him, Pam?
Yes, we can
Oh.
hear you.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. He worked on my computer for hours trying. He was thinking it was the fan causing background noise and it was muting me out. But he worked on it and he fixed it, or at least he thought he did. Apparently he didn't. But regarding the pool, my conversation yesterday with SwimSafe is with Jason is he said we expect to open on Friday, this Friday as planned. And they're looking forward to it. They're getting their staff together. They're getting the pool cleaned. I don't know if anybody's gone down there, but I went down there this morning around noon or a little before that. I think there's more cicadas in the water than there is water. So there's hundreds of cicadas floating in the pool. But they'll get them all cleared out, but I'm sure we're gonna have them on a regular basis for another week or so. PSS is about complete. They just got a couple punch list items to finish out that contract. And then also the state of Ohio, along with Hamilton County, were out yesterday to do the pool inspections. And both passed. We just have one gate going to the baby pool that we have to fix that'll satisfy Hamilton County regarding the separation of the baby pool and the large pool. So, and that'll be should be addressed by tomorrow or no later than Thursday. So we're looking forward to the opening, and Paula's been down there putting flowers and making sure all of our benches and umbrellas and everything are ready to go. SwimSafe's been down there cleaning the pool house and getting things ready, and we're looking for the reopening of the pool. The slide looks wonderful. The implements with the splash park, it's going to be a learning curve because each one of those elements you could adjust to how high you want the water to go or how quickly you want it to go. So that'll be just something that SwimSafe is going to have to play with to see really, and I think what children will like playing in it and basically what height or speeds or and stuff like that. So something they'll play with and learn. So Paula, do you have anything to add? Paula?
I have a question. Has SwimSafe, they've done all their training?
They said they had crews down there, I guess last weekend. That's what I was told last week, that they would have crews down there last weekend or over the weekend, I should say, for some training. And he told me they'll have a full complement of staffing there tomorrow and Thursday as well. So I think they're going to do cleaning and training as well. So they said they're good to go.
So I have a quick question. So if they're completing training, if there's rain in the forecast, how does that work?
If we SwimSafe, that's a SwimSafe. I mean, they're the ones that are training their people. They're going to have to figure that out. I don't know what they're going to do if they can't get all. I think they hire everybody that is a certified guard. They just want to be comfortable with our pool.
Okay.
So if they're on site, they can see our pool, walk our pool, even if it's drizzling or something like that. To know, I mean, I think it's more or less earmarking where each guard station will be, what their responsibilities in what pool area is theirs. So eyes are covering the entire pool.
Okay, I just wanted to understand that because I know there was some delay we talked about before. So I just want to make sure that with the weather being a little rainy this week, would that stop the pool from opening? But your answer was no. So I do get that. So thanks. That's my only question. Does anybody else have questions on the pool update? The reopening of the pool for Paula or Jerry? Okay, Jerry, so I guess we'll continue on. Harmony Park plans moving forward.
Yes, Harmony Park. This is going to be, I mean, last week I had I guess it was 2 weeks ago, we had a conversation with Hamilton County Great Parks. We're still looking at doing the villages, our Harmony Park, our musical instruments, features. But right now we've talked to Mike Donahue with CIC. Trey is out of town, the president of CIC right now, I believe for the month. We need to communicate with him because this was a Community Improvement Corporation steered project and run project. So we need to coordinate with them. But right now we do have the support of at least one or two of the members of CIC to move forward. And what we're looking at doing is partnership with Hamilton County Great Parks. Hamilton County Great Parks approached us because they told us they were going to put a music park in the Glenwood Gardens near the area that's open down there toward Riddle Road and Springfield Pike in that lower end down there. They said, regardless if the village puts in their own musical park, they were going to do theirs as well. So they asked if we would partner with them on this project. And right now we're saying yes. I have, like I said, a couple of the CIC members that are interested in doing that. The one thing we have to figure out, and you're going to all ask me a bunch of questions and I don't have all the answers, and we've already started looking into this, is regarding the sponsorship from bricks to pavers to benches to instruments as to how we're going to handle that. The park district did ask us what are the levels of contributions, because we said to them, if we will partner with them, we still have to recognize our sponsors, donors, somehow either on a wall or pavers or some sort of recognition for their donation toward the musical park. The district is looking at moving forward and having plans done and breaking ground sometime this year yet, is my understanding. So they said they're going to do this regardless. So we're looking at saying, yes, we would be very interested in partnershiping with them. And then maybe the village can also look at what we can do with the hike and bike trail, because there's another partnership availability there. And Mr. Donahue pointed out with Metro that maybe there's something that the village can do along with Metro with the transportation grants that are available along with the park district to improve the bike trail, walk trail as well. So that was the gist of our meeting with Hamilton County, was both their music park and then the bike trail. But in regards to us with Harmony Park, we're going to have to meet with CIC next month and see if they want to move forward in partnershiping with Hamilton County, Great Parks in Hamilton County. We would probably also have to have council support as well, because I'm sure Great Parks is going to want to see any partnership association approved by our legislative authority, which would be our council. As for our master plan that we were looking at trying to move forward on, even if we don't have the musical instruments located on Woodlawn Boulevard, but up at Harmony Park, up at Greenwood Gardens, we would still want to continue to focus on improving our recreational facilities at the corner of the intersection of Woodlawn Boulevard, Mayview, and also the pool entrance. So you're encompassing the gazebo, the caboose area, as well as the open space across the street from that driveway. Questions?
So Jerry, I do have a question. So Woodlawn cleaned out that area. Was that for the musical instruments at one time? So now we're talking about partnering with Hamilton County or Great Parks.
Pam, are you referring to the all the honeysuckle that was across the street?
Yes.
No, that was not cleared out for that purpose. At that time, Harmony Park was kind of in the talks.
Okay.
That what the village actually got a grant, Pam, for clearing that out. So that's what that was, but it had nothing really to do in conjunction with Harmony Park. It just, we kind of designated that area. Originally, it was going to be across the street. So that's kind of where that came from. But yeah, when that was cleaned out, that was a grant.
So at this time, I know this is one that I was questioning. So there's no real, how do we move forward? It just seems so stalled in my eyes. I don't know if other council women, men feel the same way, but it seems like it's so stalled, and it looks like we have the instruments or the majority of what we need to partner with CIC as we were supposed to do. And now I hear other partnerships and I just hear that it's stalled. So how do we move forward as council? We're getting questions out by the residents about this music park. Is it going to happen? Is it not? So how do we move forward with this? Because I know you talked about the plans. That's what I guess I'm going there. I know you had plans. You had engineering come in and try to give us some plans of how it could look and, you know, decisions that we can make on A, B, and C. But how do we plan forward and try to make this happen?
Well, as
I can,
said,
oh, sorry.
we would move forward with the music park in Woodlawn, but it wouldn't be located across the street. On Woodlawn.
I can't hear Jerry. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Listen, Mr. Lawson, I can't hear your response.
Right here on the mic. Hold on. I got it up as high as I can. It's on 100.
I can't hear him either.
Huh?
Yeah, he's muffled.
Okay.
Why is that weird? Okay. Am I sitting too close to the mic?
Yeah, that's a little better, Jerry. You might have to scoot back a little where
Okay.
air is.
Pam said, scoot back.
Yeah, you're clearer now. You are clear.
What, I have halitosis or something? So anyway, we will do the music park as planned. If we're in agreement with CIC and council, it just won't be located across the street on Woodlawn Boulevard. It'll still be located in Woodlawn, but it'll be located in Glenwood Gardens. As I mentioned, the Great Park said, regardless if the Village of Woodlawn does a music venue, they're doing their own as well. And they're looking at their concept plan. There is much more detailed and larger than what we were anticipating on us doing. So I view this as an opportunity, not just with the music aspect of the park, but also other opportunities down the road with the walking trail and the extension of the trails all the way up to Winton Woods.
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
Ms. Boyd could go first. She had her hand up.
She said you can go. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Burkhalter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mr. Burkhardt.
And I guess, you know, we've been soliciting money forever to do this park in our village. And we're taking it up to Hamilton County to do it with them. I'm not really understanding that. And if they really wanted to partner with us, why couldn't they just partner with us and leave it in our location that we've already designated and spent money to invest in? And would it be free to our residents? I know there's a fee to go inside there at times. Would it be free to our residents?
We're working on those logistics. If I could just kind of throw that in there.
We're working on a number of things, and one is either free or discounted park memberships or passes. They do have another venue over there that's a paid aspect. But walking the music park, I mean, we are talking about how do our residents benefit from this if we partner with you, and if we're providing not only the instruments but the money that we have. We would want to figure out a way how we're going to reciprocate that and make sure that not only are our patrons that provided contributions, but also our residents, so that they can enjoy it. And that is one of the details we'll be working out with Great Parks.
Go ahead, Ms. Boyd.
Okay, I'm gonna piggyback on what Mr. Burkhalter said as well. And again, this money may have been given to CIP, but with Woodlawn in mind. If we don't complete this, when we try to get grants out there, this will come up. And when you don't utilize money the way you say it's going to be utilized, it's very hard to ask for money again. And when all of us are long gone, we will still have that over our heads, that we collected money or got grant money, or well, whether it's grant or not, but we got money to use and we didn't use it as we said. People who don't know what goes on financially would swear that we used it somewhere else. And that doesn't matter. But when we go out and ask for more money, we will pay for this. We need to complete this project and we need to keep it in Woodlawn. I appreciate Hamilton County Parks. They're the best parks that I've seen in about the 4 cities I've ever been to. However, we need to keep this in Woodlawn and we need to just get it done. I don't understand why this has been so difficult.
Pam, can I chime in here, please?
Yes, Ms. Boyd, are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, go ahead, Kiana.
Thank you. Just listening to what all of you are saying, and I don't disagree with you all at all, but I do want to clarify a couple of things with CIC. The money that has been raised for Harmony Park has not been spent. That money is still in the bank. So I do want to clarify that because I don't want anybody to think that the money has been spent in a different way than what it was intended to be spent. The money is still sitting in the bank. So that's the first thing. And then unfortunately, and I apologize if this was mentioned, but part of the issue was around additional funding. So what it was proposed or what we estimated that it was going to cost to do the park is different than what the current reality is. So that money that we have sitting in the bank account is earmarked for Harmony Park. It will not be used for any other purpose. It's my understanding that a member of the CIC was planning to draft a letter to all individuals that made donations, explaining to them what is happening and why this project has been on hold for so long, as well as giving them the opportunity to say what they want to happen with that money. But we still need more money to do the park. Originally, when the park was brought forth, CIC indicated that they would not need any money coming directly from the village's budget to do the park. And then unfortunately things changed and they did say that they needed money to come from the village of Woodlawn.
Ms. Boyd, you had something you wanted to add?
Yes, and we know that, and we know that that money is in the bank and it's not been spent. However, we still, with the instruments, we still should have been able to put the instruments out there and some type of format where we can make that work, because we do have the instruments. That's the only thing that I guess any of those funds have been spent on. And we should be able to set that up. But with none of it being done, it's still going to be on Woodlawn. When things are said about it and money had, and we ask the next person or entity for money, and if this is out there, we just don't want that to be out there. We want to do what was said was going to be done with us sanctioning the CIC or being a part of this. We want to make sure we get this done.
I agree, and I would also invite you all to attend the CIC meeting so you can get more information and ask those questions and get more details about what the situation is.
But I just want, Madam Chair, if I could just add really quickly that this is again an initiative of CIC. So when Kiana mentioned about all the funds were raised through CIC, which is true, but you know, we had the conversation with that very, you know, Mr. Donahue, Trace was not available. He's out on the West Coast. He likes what he heard. So again, I think that the CIC is really our driving force because they have the money.
Can I also add something?
Sure.
Okay, just to clarify, Ms. Boyd said she still wants to see this done in Woodlawn. I will remind you that Glenwood Gardens is in the village of Woodlawn. So it's within our corporate limits. If we plan on partnershiping with them, this will be completed within the village of Woodlawn. There's a difference between private donations and public grant fund dollars. What CIC collected was private donations that they have in the bank, and hindering the opportunity for future grants. I mean, if we upset some of those private donors, we will send letters out, or it's suggested that letters go out from CIC stating that we'd like to see if you want to forward your contribution to continue this project, or if you want your contribution back, please inform us and we'll return your money. We're hoping that they would say, hey, move it forward. We love the idea. I see this partnering with Great Parks, as I mentioned earlier, an opportunity to open up the doors for future partnerships and future grant dollars down the road, not only with Great Park, but also Metro, also possibly Nature Works and other opportunities. So I don't think this is going to hinder us. I think it has a great potential to assist us.
They weren't there grant dollars for the instruments. There were grant dollars from Duke Energy.
Yeah, but what we have in the bank is
No, money in the bank.
private donations.
Money in the bank is private donations.
I thought Jerry said it was grant dollars. There were no grant dollars used.
The grant dollars were for the musical
For
instruments.
the bank.
Right.
I got you.
Instruments. But we're still going to do the music part.
Mr. Lawson has some comments.
Yeah, just I guess question and a couple comments. I was really looking forward for Harmony Park to be more centrally located in the village, like closer to the municipal building, not so much closer to Wyoming, not so much closer to Glenwood Gardens. I was hoping, and that's what I was hoping, that it would be more a center location. Now, I'm with it if we could kind of pull it back a little bit more closer to the pool. I ain't really feeling the location, but I kind of like, you know, I definitely like the partnership.
Are we all aware of the location? Because I'm hearing you're not about the location. Are you certain of where the location is?
No, I'm not. I really couldn't. Jerry was kind of muffled a little bit. I'm not really
Right.
sure with the location. Where is the location?
Right. The location is on Springfield Pike. Basically, you can see, if you recall, several years ago, they did a bugs thing. Do you guys remember that? It was some ants display or bugs display. It was art replicas of ants. Do you guys remember that? Bugs?
I do, yeah.
Okay, and they had that big thing right there. You can't see it because of the trees done filled in, but as you, right when you pass US Bank and Greenwich Way, you look over to the left, it sits back there and it's like a mound back there, looks like a mound.
It's like directly across from Speedway. There's
Yes.
like a little driveway entrance
The
there.
service drive,
Service-
that's correct, right there, right there.
So did this
Okay.
move? Because I don't recall ever talking about that, because I thought we talked about
Just came in our
a
meeting.
phase 1, phase 2 far as parking, and then somebody mentioned that they could park in the municipal building parking lot or the rec center parking lot. Was that moved?
What was moved, Pam?
The instrument location.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We're talking about great parks.
Okay, so we're talking about two different things. The original
No.
location was,
We're on the
The
same
original-
page.
the original location was across the street from the municipal building?
No,
No.
Yes,
no.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Yes.
the original location, when they talked
Yes.
about additional parking in Plan A, B, and C,
Was
because
across-
we talked about handicap parking in, I think, what Jerry had an engineer go and do. So that's why I'm
Right.
getting confused. I just want to clarify it to the
I'm
public
sorry.
that the original location was across the street from the municipal building. And we talked about if we needed additional parking at one time, we talked about they could park possibly at the municipal building or even across the street at the rec center and kind of walk down and see that
Okay.
area and play with the instruments.
I'm
So now
sorry, Pam.
there's a Great Parks location that you're discussing, and that's across the street from the Speedway by the old US Bank.
Yes, across the street.
Okay, okay.
I'm
got it.
sorry, Pam.
That's
I'm
okay. I
sorry.
just wanted to clarify that for myself as well. So I get
Okay,
it.
I'm sorry.
Ms. Rosemary.
Pam, when you asked the question before about the area where all the honeysuckle was cleared out, the space that we had first, that had first been designated as possibly the area where the musical instruments were going to go, was in front of that, okay? The
Right.
clearing out of the honeysuckle was not for the Harmony Park,
Okay.
okay? But
Got it.
that's behind the area that's in front, where we had ground breaking for
Right.
Harmony Park.
Okay.
But now
got
it looks like they're talking about another possibility has come up for them to possibly partner with Great Parks, if I'm hearing it correctly.
Correct.
And then I
Correct.
just want to make one other thing real clear so everybody understands, my baby's coughing, no, that the monies that CIC solicited is in their bank account. It's not in Woodlawn's bank account.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, so I just want everybody to be understanding of that.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Pam, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to skirt you, man. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Is there any other questions about Harmony Park? I'm sure we'll be in discussion with this again, but is there any other questions at this time? If not, we will move forward to resuming in-person council meetings.
Is that my turn, Pam?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
All right, no, I think I'm fine. Are you somewhere else in this? No. We're gonna switch seats. Wait a minute, Pam.
Okay, sure.
We're playing musical chairs in here. All right.
That's okay.
All right. So as everybody is aware, with the pandemic, all of the rules that kind of surrounded the whole Zoom thing, I declared. What did I declare? I declared an emergency for the purpose of us to conduct the businesses via Zoom. And I believe that July 1st, that goes away. However, it doesn't take away if I choose to exercise that. I don't think I really want to do that. And so I'm looking at resuming all meetings, beginning with our CAL meeting in July. So this will be our last month. June will be our last month in Zoom meetings. beginning our council meeting, the end of the month, I think it's on the 29th, we'll be in council chambers. But again, I think that beginning with Cal, I like to return to the building for in-person meetings. And then again, as well as finance and law. Does anybody have any concerns about coming back into the public? Because if there is, I still have the authority, the right to hold that declaration in place. I want to be comfortable that everybody else is comfortable. Go ahead, Pam.
So Mayor, so when you say back in person, does that open the doors for our residents to come
Yes, it
in
does.
as well?
Yes, it does.
And my second question is, should we will the mask mandate inside still be on, or how do you plan to move forward with that?
So because the mandate went away, I want to call it June 2nd, 1st, 2nd, or something like that. It went away. Now it's totally up to us whether or not we are to implement that. Being that I'm not comfortable knowing that this person has been vaccinated, that person has not been vaccinated, I just want to be safe. And so, Pam, I haven't really put whole thoughts on that with the mask. But I'm going to just say at this time, we're going to continue the mask until we make another decision. I think we should continue the mask inside the chambers at these meetings. Anybody have any questions about the in-person meetings resuming?
Go ahead, Rosemary.
Will there be social distancing? If so, that's going to limit the number of people that would be allowed in the chambers. So if that's the case, then we would need to let the public know, that the capacity will be
Right.
limited.
I'll look into that and we'll put that out on the airways at our meeting this month. Let me just check that out, okay?
Bobby, you have a question? I see your hand up.
Oh, yeah, let me put that down too while we do this. But yeah, my question is, if we're going to meet and we're going to be in mass, what's the difference of just meeting on Zoom? Because we really don't know if everybody's been vaccinated, but if we're going to meet.
I don't. So Bobby, one of the things that I struggle with for this whole year is the fact that our residents were not able to come in, right? They have a link where they can follow us along on the Zoom. But again, with all of the mandates that are kind of just, they're going away. So we can't just stay in a Zoom mode with the thought that I don't know if this person is vaccinated, that person being vaccinated or not. So I think the best way to do that is that we require people to wear masks inside of our building in our meetings.
I like how you answered that, man. That's a good answer.
Okay.
I'm cool with that answer.
All righty.
You have any more questions?
Thanks, Pam. All right.
If not, we'll move forward with Recreation Department update.
You skipped one, Pam. Just want to bring everybody up to where we are in the posting.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Glasses.
I'm sorry. I checked it off and didn't even speak it, huh? So we'll back up just a little bit to the village manager posting, position posting.
All right. So that position should be appearing on your website, on our website. If it's not already there, it should be there. But check the website. It has already been sent out. I know that it is in Center for Local Government or Center for all the members that we are part of. It has been, that posting has been sent out. Ohio Municipal League, OML, it's been sent to them as well. Center for Local Government, it's been sent to them. Some of the universities, and again, it's on our website. And that position will be open until filled.
So there's no deadline in
No,
apply?
until the position is filled.
Okay.
Okay.
Any
That's all
questions?
on that? For that.
Any other questions?
I got a question,
Sure.
just real quick. I know you like, hey, Bobby got a lot of questions today, but I do just have one quick question, and we could table it. We don't really have to go into a lot of discussion about it. But I was just wondering just how council would feel, maybe if the full-time position is filled, is there possible that we might be able to be willing to have an assistant village manager position in the future?
I think that, let me, I'm trying to think how to answer that, Bobby. I think it's like horse before the carriage.
Right, okay.
Right. So let's get to that point first. Let me just stop
Okay.
there. Let me just stop there.
Because you know there'll be a lot of questions to follow that. So I understand. That's good. I got you. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Pam.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I
So
have-
now, oh, go ahead, Kiana. Go ahead.
Just really quickly, there is a typo in the job description that's posted on the website. Just a minor one at the top.
Go ahead and send it.
Municipal is spelled incorrectly.
No worries. We'll take care of it in the morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
And I'm
Kiana.
sorry, did I miss where we're posting this at?
OML, CL, Center of Local Government, Center of Local Government. All of the members, all of the 8 the little things that we're part of, the members of, they went to there. They went to some of the universities, and they're also on our website. And Ohio City Managers Association.
Okay.
Did you hear that last one, dude?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right.
Oh, go ahead, Ms. Boyd.
Could you email a list of everybody, everywhere that this is posted? Because I only saw it, but I last looked Friday. I mean, I didn't see it. But
Okay.
you said that, and it wasn't on our website Friday.
No, ma'am, I didn't
And-
say that.
Oh,
I didn't say that.
I thought you said it's on our website.
That is correct. As of today, it was
Oh,
on our
okay.
website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so the Center for Local Government
Center for Local Government.
and
I'll send it to you.
so, okay.
I'll send you a
Right.
list. No worries.
Is there any other questions? Okay, now we will move forward to the Recreation Department update.
Hi,
Paula?
good evening. Hi, thank you. I first wanted to just thank everyone who came out and braved the rain for our first Memorial Day walk. Based on just the turnout, which wasn't very large, but it wasn't small either. And the participation, it was a success. So it was our first Woodlawn, Wyoming event. We have since been invited to another event. Wyoming emailed yesterday to say they were having Kathy Wade and someone else, and it was something that was going to be taped on the news, and they really wanted Woodlawn to be there and to be a part of it. So once I get that information, I will make sure that that we all know about it and we can corral together and be there for that event. But thank you, Mayor, and thank you to all the council that showed up. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you to fire and police as well for their support. Campus started. We have 40 kids registered, and we have been averaging right now 33 a day. It's only been day 2, so it's been good. We do know that we have some who are not coming until after summer school is over, and we have some that are not coming until July. So those are the ones we have. Some haven't shown up yet, but we've so far have been successful. I still need 2 additional staff. That would be helpful in the afternoons for our afternoon schedule. So if you know of anyone that's 18 or over, especially who has a liking and a take to ages 5 and 6, that would be really, really helpful for us. So let's see, that's all I have for rec at this time.
Paula, I have one quick question myself, and this regards to the custodial services.
Mhm.
Did you ever get that?
No, no.
Do you have custodial services down there?
No, we do not.
Working on it. So it's a whip, Pam, it's a whip.
Okay, I'm just concerned, just as council, just with, everything that has gone on, COVID, and just having the proper cleaning. So
We're cleaning.
thank you.
It's being
Oh, yeah,
cleaned.
right. I know that you're
Cleaning.
probably taking lead on that, but to have a professional service do that so that our director, can stay focused on all the other things, I just think, that would just be a plus to us. And thanks for letting me know that that's in the works, because just being, knowing about that, it's just a little concerning to me. So we want to, help out our recreation director to try to get that resolved. So hopefully soon.
Thank you. Yeah, we have, I did put in a sheet for the job to be posted, and we just have to, I know there's some things that need to be done on Jerry's end with the outgoing person. So, but other than that, we are, we're getting it done.
So I guess I could say too, is that something, mayor or manager, that we could just outsource for a few weeks until that's done? Just get an outsourced company to come in for whatever the need is at the recreation department to get that, make sure that's cleaned thoroughly and to free up our director.
I will say, Pam, that I met with someone yesterday who has a who's interested in doing that, and I was going to talk to Jerry about that. Hopefully, we can have conversation on that by the end of the week. And I would love to have someone that we could outsource, even if it's just through summer camp.
Yeah.
That would be real helpful.
Okay. Good question, Pam. Thanks.
Thank you. Did anyone else have a question?
Yeah, I had a question for Pam.
Oh,
for
go
Paula.
ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand up again.
Yeah, my question is just simple. You said you had 2 jobs for 18 and over.
Yes.
Will the jobs consist of the 2 new employees to be outside or inside? I think that might make a difference.
A combination. With camp, you're outside working and inside.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you specified that.
Yeah.
Some people might think it was an indoor job.
Oh, no, we're out. We go out. So.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Ms. Boyd. We can't hear you. I'm sorry, you're on mute.
Yeah, Mr.
Okay, there
Lawson,
you
you show me where the hand is. I can't find it. And that's unusual. But I wanted to say the event that Ms. Sherman, that Paula gave for the Memorial Day walk was just excellent. I am so impressed with everything that she puts together. We didn't have the turnout in a lot of people, but as the mayor, Brian Poole, got up and he spoke and complimented her on just what she put together and the alliance that we had there. And the mayor of Wyoming also got up and he spoke on how great this was. And he said it was an excellent event plan. It was a holiday weekend and it was raining there, but it was just wonderful. And I appreciate that, Paula. I really appreciate how well you do and how hard you work. So I wanted that to go without saying.
Thank you. appreciate your support.
Any other questions for Ms. Sherman?
I'll just piggyback on that. It was a great event and she got great accolades for the time that she put in. It was a short time and it was a great success.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
Thank you.
If there's no other questions, we'll move forward to the fire department update.
Good evening, everyone. Real quick, just a couple quick updates. The first one I have is just the fire truck update with the lawsuit that we kind of came to an agreement on what we're going to do. The ladder is out. Our Woodlawn ladder is out, getting repaired. It started off as 2 weeks. Now we're at 4 weeks and still going. So Jerry's come down to the firehouse. We talked about, since we do have this loaner ladder that's about $1 million, we're kind of limiting on what it's going out on, so we don't mess up something that's that expensive. We rather scratch our $1 million ladder truck versus someone else's. So you might not see that out as much just on the structure fires, what we needed on. Moving on to the engine is here. If anybody wants to come down and look at the new engine, that's actually here. We're getting training on it, making sure we're up to Ohio standards on all that good stuff, on driving, pumping it, and mounting all the equipment in there. So again, that was one of the things that usually happens up at the fire truck place where we get it. But this time with the agreement, we're actually mounting everything. So it's taking just a little bit longer on that, which is fine, because it gives us kind of some time to do it the way we want. Moving on to the COVID-19 piece, the homebound program. AC Pittman spoke about this last month, I believe. We made a couple changes on the flyer. We were going to try to get that to Monica to get that out to the community. Jerry also made some suggestions on the flyer, so I got that back to him. So that's still in the works of getting that out to the community and how we can figure that out a little bit more on who's actually homebound. And we're working with LHOI too as well, because they have this whole zip code and they know those ones that they're bringing meals to, the ones that can't get out. So we're going to try to really narrow down and make sure we get the ones that are stuck at home with the COVID shot, or I should say the vaccine.
Chief.
Sure.
Madam Chair, can I ask the chief a question? I'm concerned, Chief, and just help me understand when we keep talking about this LOHI. Yes. How do they know and how do they get the information about our citizens and their needs? I'm concerned.
They're actually for the zip code. It's not just Woodlawn. It's not just Lincoln Heights. They're working with Laughlin and anybody else that fits in the zip code. They touch some Glendale residents and also some Springdale too as well. So it's not just the Lincoln Heights. That's just their name, I should say. This is an entity.
By any chance, do you have something that I can read? I'm a visual guy, and I'd like to see what this program, what is it designed to do? Because when you talk about LHOI, I see them in a different capacity that you're speaking on. So I just fully understand.
And Miss Tanya Key that works with Princeton, and I think they know Kiana pretty well too as well. So
I know
we're supposed to, and that was the other piece we're going to be bringing Kiana into as well, so she can be that liaison too with the council. So the council will be aware of what's going on with that too as well.
Okay.
Because especially with the paramedicine pieces coming up too as well.
Right. Okay.
And Mayor, I know the director personally. I can have her give you a call so she can explain exactly what.
There you go. Yeah.
Is that Tanya?
No. That is
no.
Miss
Tefra. Say no, Mr. Burkhalter?
That's Tefra Fields.
Oh.
Yeah, doctor, I believe.
Maybe she could come speak at a council meeting.
She'd be more than happy to. She actually lives in the village of Woodlawn, I believe, in Fieldstone.
Now that you say that, okay. All right.
You probably know her, Mayor, actually.
I do.
You probably do know her.
Now that Doobie says that Fieldstone, it just went off. Okay.
Beautiful. Moving on real quick, touch every door. We kind of changed that up a little bit this year because of the COVID. So we're just leaving door hangers. Again, just real quick, you might have seen this already. The Explorer program, just a couple of things that's on the door hanger. the vial of life where you're putting all your medical information in a secure place where we can get to it. Safe sleep, where we're doing the portable cribs for the moms that don't have cribs for their kids. We're have a place for that. Home safety inspections, CPR first aid. We're getting phone calls now as we're putting them out, building classes for the citizens. The free bike helmets, small, medium, large, those are out there too as well. The Knox Box program, that's not just for the businesses, but also for residents where their family members may live in another community, but they can put a Knox Box so we're not tearing up people's property if we need to get in. And then the free smoke detectors too as well with the relationship we have with the Red Cross. So you'll see these coming on your doors here pretty much now with our spring hydrants. So the spring hydrants are happening. So if you see the guys out there pumping, flowing the hydrants, all that good stuff, just to make sure all of our hydrants are working. And I know the question came up about the hydrants. When will all the hydrants be fixed? Usually every time we go out to do hydrants, something else is going to break. I spoke with Jerry about this too. So with them going through these 400 hydrants, we'll probably get some broken stems, things of that nature out of that.
Okay. I like the door hanger. I like those. Those are nice.
Yes. Oh, one thing on
So
the
Chief Amos, when you go, repeat that again. You said the hydrants. Of course, when you do maintenance, you might find something broken. So that'll be paid for by?
That it will either be Hamilton County or I think they just, is the waterworks thing done, Jerry?
Us. It's us.
I think the village is expensive.
Yeah,
It's the village? Okay.
Yeah.
the waterworks contract has been signed, so there will be money going into a fire hydrant fund. Otherwise, there would simply be general fund money. But yes, the village has to pay for those.
Okay. Thanks for clarification. Thanks. Okay, go ahead, Amos.
And just one thing on Explorer too, now that this is out here, we have about 10 in our Explorer program right now. Again, from ages 14 to 21.
Nice.
Teaching them how to, a lot of parents are getting them down here, teaching them how to clean, cook, all that good stuff. So that program is growing too as well. We're partnering with Glendale, Forest Park, and a couple other departments too on that.
Nice.
So if you got any youngsters out there that want to get their hands dirty, we're ready for them. Community paramedicine, that's still moving on with Princeton and LHOI. And again, I'll touch base with Kiana too as well, and just remind Tefra and Miss Tanya Key to touch base with her so we can have that thing with council. So Woodlawn Council is aware on everything on that too as well. I think that's really about it. Oh, the camp is coming down tomorrow to the firehouse. And the union is actually paying for the 40 kids, I believe, Ms. Sherman, that's coming tomorrow. 30 to 40 kids.
That's correct. That's correct. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, even though the union's not recognized, anything like that, they've been doing that for years, since I've probably been 20 years old. When we have the different groups come down, they're buying hot dogs and all that good stuff. And showing them a good time tomorrow too. So if you want to come down through that time to see the rec kids, that'll be good too as well.
Where y'all gonna be and what time, Chief?
At the firehouse.
At what time?
Ms. Sherman?
I know.
Please make sure you're muted if you're not speaking, please.
Go ahead, Ms. Sherman, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I was speaking to a patron. I'm at work, so sorry.
What time?
I believe they're coming down around 8:30 or 9. They're having lunch around 11:30.
Yeah, we're coming close to 10.
Okay.
Actually,
Gotcha.
we'll be coming close to 10, and lunch is at 11:30. So,
Gotcha. Beautiful.
and at that time, it should be close to 30 because we have summer schoolers that come, about 5 that come after summer school. So they won't make it down in time for lunch.
Absolutely.
Lunch starts at 11:30. Unless we're running late, then we'll get them and bring them.
Beautiful. So if you're available, we'd love to have you down as well. Oh, real quick on grants too as well, just to update on grants. The FEMA grant that we applied for before for the exhaust system and the air compressor, these were two big capital items that we had on the capital list, about 120,000. They're asking for additional information, so hopefully that's a good sign that we can knock out some of these capital items with grants. We're trying to go for the tech credit grant again. That's up to 30,000. That's just classes, new technology that we can use. That's a reimbursement, but that comes back pretty quick. And Carter's working, or AC Pittman's working on the rolling COVID grant. There's still money out there for COVID. So that's up to 300,000. So we're going to try to figure out what we can do with that. And we just finished spending the last 12,000, Tim, I believe, right?
If you haven't spent it, you have it encumbered as part of purchase orders, but yes.
Yes, I seen it come across my desk. So we're utilizing that COVID money as much as we can to save us on some stuff, or hopefully for this spring or this fall that this doesn't come back up again, but we'll be fully prepared versus being behind the 8 ball. That's all I have.
Any other questions for Chief Amos? If not, we will move forward to the police division update. Chief Tillman.
Good evening, Madam Chair and members of council. I just have a few things to brief you on. The first thing I would like to brief you on is we would like for our residents and everyone in the community to make sure they secure their vehicle. We've had some vehicle tamperings with juveniles in our community. We've had items taken out and removed from vehicles, and we had a vehicle stolen. So we want to make sure the residents are securing their vehicles and removing their items at night, so there's nothing visible for the juveniles to be interested in. We received a portrait plaque of our participation from the J. Felder Camp Design. They're our sponsor for Shop with a Cop. They're our biggest sponsor for that and supporting us. And we want to acknowledge them and thank them for receiving the frame artwork that we got from them, showing that our participation with Shop with a Cop. You're welcome to stop down, take a look at that. We're going to have that hung somewhere in the PD. It should be there now. So anyone interested and want to see what that was about, then they can stop in. Again, J. Felder Camp is a business in Woodlawn, and they're our biggest sponsors for Shop with the Cop. We are working on the Baldwin Mayor's Court software that's in process. Nothing has been implemented yet. We got the funding through the mayor and Tim and the manager. So as I understand it, that's moving forward. We just got to work with our current vendor to get things transitioned, but that should be up and running. We anticipate very soon. We also had a thought about taking over some background checks that Springdale was doing. They're no longer doing it now. There's a equipment and a service that we can utilize to do that, and we can charge a fee, but that's something that you'll probably hear about later on through committees about if that's something that we want to do, background checks for individuals and charge a fee. So we're looking into that. We have the information on that. So I think I need to schedule a meeting with the manager and Tim and have that go through the committees and see if that's something that the village would like to do. I'm not sure where we stand with regards to our cybersecurity, but I would just like to have that put on the minds of everyone in the village of Woodlawn so that we do not get our server tampered with and we have to pay ransomware for our information. We need to make sure we got that safeguarded pretty well. Just want that to be on the minds of the manager, council, that we need to take a look at that. I know he's got people in all the time looking at our stuff there at the village. So just want that to be one piece that we need to make sure we're safeguarding. As well as coming up with the pool opening up, we want to make sure that we're increasing our patrols down there in the evening. We want to hopefully that we get some cameras down there. I know the manager is working on the project with some vendors. So hopefully we get that going. We may have a short-term, we do have a short-term solution, but the manager is looking at long-range solutions to make sure that we have what we need with regards to security, so we'll know if anyone's in there after hours, we will know right away. So that's in the works. This past weekend, we participated in the Law Enforcement Expo that is normally held at Tri-County. It was held this year at the Springdale Rec Center, and we were one of the participants, and it was from 8 to 12, and we did participate in that. It was a great turnout. It was a way to get us out there and get recognized in the community again. So we participated in that, and we thank our partners for inviting us. If you didn't know, the Woodlawn Elementary is doing summer school from 8 to 12. We're keeping an eye on them down there during those hours. Make sure that they're safe. If you didn't know, because the signs turned off there on Riddle Road, because it's turned off for the summer, but they're in summer school session from 8 to 12, and it's only going to last, I believe, until the end of the month.
July, yeah. Those lights are still on, Chief, too.
Are they still on?
Yeah,
Okay.
I seen
They
them
must
this
have
morning.
reactivated them because they told me they turned them off at the end of the school year.
Yeah, I seen them this morning.
And the last thing I would have is an update is to let you know that the 2 new vehicles that was purchased by the village are now in service, and they're now operational, and they're out on the road. That's all I have unless you have questions of me.
Good stuff.
Chief, this is Jerry, if we can verify in the evenings, we've had the electrician down there working on the pole lights, the pool, POOL, lights, to make sure they're working
At night.
in the evening and overnight. Can you verify that through your department that they're functioning?
Okay, I'll get that message out after this meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I got a question for Chief. How are the new employees? How are they adjusting so far?
New employees have not started yet. They're slated to start on the 14th, which is next Monday.
Okay.
I got to swear them in first, Bob.
Okay. Well, I like to welcome them.
Yes. Well, come on down here with me at 7:30 Monday morning. How about that?
Well, you may see them again, and since we're back in open session in council, so you may see them we have them introduced at open session in council.
Okay. That'll be good for the community too.
Okay.
I know Rosemary will like that.
Madam Chair.
What do you
Yes.
mean by that, Mr.?
LOL, guys.
Go ahead, Kiana.
Hi, thank you for that update, Chief Tillman. Just wanted to put the word out there. Chief Tillman and I have been having some discussions with the Urban League Center for Social Justice to talk about hosting an event around the new stand your ground law that went into effect in the state of Ohio in April. So more to come on that. We had talked about trying to do something this month, but they needed to push that back. So we're looking at July, but they'll be providing a lot of information about that law. They've asked Chief Tillman to participate as well from the law enforcement perspective. And then also they have engaged Fanon Rucker to talk a little bit more about that law. So more to come on that. It's just something important that we all believe the public should be aware of, that new law and what it means. So more to come on that when we have more details.
Okay. Good stuff.
No.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Kiana. Is there any more questions or comments for Chief Tillman?
No.
Okay, we'll move to Public Works.
No.
I don't think Tony is here, Pam. He's on vacation.
Oh, I guess he's not.
Well, he
Is
was on
anybody
vacation last week, but
Back today.
I thought he was coming back today. But no, Pam.
So there's no other report from anyone else in his absence? None? Okay.
Ouch.
Report about the.
Oh. Please mute your phones.
Pam.
Well,
Yes.
Hold on.
Tim did do that
Oh,
regarding the US Bank loan.
remember
We will be getting a new dump truck,
truck.
fully packaged bed, plow, and everything for the Public Works Department, and that's what Tim referenced, the
Yeah.
US Bank loan amount. Also, I know Public Works has been busy putting a lot of the green space areas, as well as trying to help out down at the pool to make sure that everything's in great shape for our opening on Friday.
Did everyone hear the comments from Jerry? Could you hear?
Okay.
Can you repeat them, please?
He was just talking about the Public Works truck that Tim was talking about earlier. getting with US Bank about those rates for that truck. And he was also talking about them out doing green space, you know, cutting into green spaces and taking some time this week to prepare with Paula. Friday. Oh my.
Ms. Brown, could you put your phone on mute, please? Thank you. Sorry, Mayor, go ahead.
That was it. That was it, Pam.
There always has to be a little excitement on these meetings. It's
That's
kind
so
of nice.
nice. Yeah.
I apologize. His foot kicked my mute off.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go down to new business. Move down to new business. Any new business?
I have one.
Jerry has one.
Yes. I took a phone call the other day and then received an email from
Jerry, we heard some conversation, but we couldn't hear you. So.
Oh,
were you
I'm
speaking?
sorry. Okay, now is that better, Pam?
Yes, it is. So
Okay.
Jerry, okay.
Okay, so I'll start over. I had a conversation and received an email from Aisha Howard. She's the Hamilton County's Community Engagement Administrator for the Office of Economic Inclusion and Equity. And recently, in late March, the Hamilton County Commissioners approved resources for them to purchase a mobile tech bus. The bus will right now initially support vaccination efforts, and they will also bring out to the community social services and eventually health and dental screenings. They're hoping to launch this in late June, and they're looking for a location in the village of Woodlawn, either every Tuesday or Thursday on a consistent basis for approximately 3 hours a day. What they want to do is move it from community to community, but they want to hit the target community on that same day of the week. So we're working with them to try to find a location for them. They're looking for high visibility. They requested Springfield Pike. I got to look to see what's available there. The bus is approximately 40 feet long and 8 feet wide. But eventually they're going to expand their services to include Hamilton County Jobs and Family Services as a core source service provider and partner with them. So I look at this, it's almost one of the other things that the fire department is doing with the vaccinations and the home health care stuff. Hamilton County is trying to reach out into the underserved communities to make sure that we have the support for our residents and they don't have to travel all the way downtown. And the other thing I have to report is Holly Christmas. She's the Assistant Hamilton County Administrator, contacted me today requesting a letter of support from the village of Woodlawn to relocate the gun range in Evendale. Of course, she received it already today. So that's going to Senator Brown in Columbus. I sent a letter out back to her today in support of moving that gun range.
It's gonna happen, Pam. It's gonna happen.
Yay.
It's gonna happen.
It sounds
Great
like,
news.
yeah. The code enforcement officer, he's been busy, especially this time of year with the high grass and weeds. He sent out certified letters to high grass in both the industrial area, mainly Novner, as well as our residential district. I know just this past week, he said he sent out 9 letters. We're trying to get caught up on that. He also had the pawn shop remove a sign on Springfield Pike. He has sent several certified letters to remove junk vehicles from residential areas. He's also sent out several warning notices for parking on the grass. So he's been busy. There's several other things in here, minor things specific to individual businesses. But He's been busy and he's trying to stay on top of it. If you got any issues, please don't hesitate to contact him.
That's all you have? That's all they have, Pam?
That's all you have? Okay,
Shannon.
thanks, Jerry. Ms. Boyd, you had a question?
Yes, and we're in new business, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes, I would like to call for an executive session to discuss employment.
Otherwise.
And there's a number in your, yes.
Ms. Boyd,
Mhm.
you need to be a little bit more specific in your, what are you saying?
To discuss an employee and employment.
That's an administrative matter.
I need to be more specific than that.
Is it an administrative issue? No.
Yes, employment would fall under administration, yes. I would like to call an executive session to discuss an employee.
Of a public employee, is that what you're saying? You have to add, I'm
Yes.
prompting you
Yes,
because there's certain
okay.
things you have to say.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for adding to it. I want an executive session to discuss a public employee
Okay.
in the village. Yes.
Well,
Okay, so our council member has requested an executive session to discuss a employee, a public employee.
I'm just, Ms. Boyd, I know you're probably like, why is he asking me this? Because is a current employee, past employee?
A current employee.
Okay, all right.
So-
And so go ahead, Pam.
No, you can go ahead,
No, go ahead. hon.
So you were saying there was a number?
Ms. Boyd
Go ahead.
said that.
Yes, there's a number that was sent in your email. I'm not sure if it was sent today or yesterday for the executive session.
So council needs to check their email for the phone number to call into for the executive session is what I'm hearing. So if you're able to check your email for the phone number, just let us know if you did not receive the information, and I'm checking as well.
I have a Pam, if I may.
Yes, go ahead, Kiana.
Just a couple things. The updated rules of council that we did for this council year will give you the specific language for executive session. So we can always refer back to that when we forget, because I know I forget as well. But that will give you the very specific language that we have to use when it comes to executive session. You're welcome. And then the other thing is a question around that, because I know we don't do it that often. Do we have to make a motion and second the motion for executive council? Is that correct? I mean, sorry, executive session, because I didn't hear a second, and then we have not voted on that yet.
No, Ms. Boyd did not offer a motion. She said she wanted to go into an executive session.
Okay, so you have to make a motion, Ms. Boyd.
Your question
Okay.
is,
Then I'll
yes.
make a motion to go into executive session about a public employee.
Now, Ms. Boyd, we have all of our directors on the line. Is it someone that should not be in this executive session?
I would like for it to just be council
Very well.
and mayor.
All right, very well.
So Ms. Boyd has made the motion, so we need a second on the motion.
I'll second it.
So a motion has been made and seconded.
All eyes to go into.
All ayes.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. We will go into executive session.
So, Madam Chair, I think Adam is back there with us today. Let me check. Adam,
We have a question too.
what's your question?
See a hand raised from Amos, Chief Amos.
Real quick, forgot to bring this up in case you have anyone that does need their COVID shot. There's multiple locations going up in Lincoln Heights with possible gift cards with Kroger's too as well. I just shot the information to Monica so she can shoot that out. So if any people you know, there will be some sites going up. I think it's six to 8 different sites. So just FYI on that.
Okay, thank you, Chief Amos. Sorry, Mayor, what were you saying?
Huh?
You were saying
Uh,
something?
I was saying, Adam. Adam, are you back there?
Yes,
There
I
he
am,
is.
Mayor. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man.
Doing good. So Adam, we're just going to go away from this. We should be back very shortly to close out the meeting.
Okay, I'll keep
right,
the
thank you.
meeting open and I'll put up a graphic that says you guys are in executive session. So
Thank
Hey,
you.
Brian,
Yes,
can you
sir.
text me the number?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
No worries.
So
It's
we
Bobby.
need to mute and then come out of this and then come back? Or just mute and,
you can
Mute.
leave the session. I'll keep it
We
You
have
open,
can
to come
mute
back.
your computer, Pam. Yes, you
or you can mute it, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Mute it and stop your video.
okay, thank you.
Ubo. Mayor, can you make sure you note when you come out?
Yes, I will. Thank you. And I'll stick it on the door.
Mute and turn off your video, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Pam. Keep me on my toes, girl.
Esther Boyd.
All right, Madam Chair, it looked like you got everybody in there. Back.
All right, looks like we're all back from executive session. So I can just adjourn the meeting?
Need a motion to adjourn.
Right. So I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion that we adjourn the Cal meeting
I'll second it.
at 8:10 PM.
So a motion was made and seconded. All ayes.
Aye.
All right.
Motion carries.
Have a good night.
Good
See you
night.
guys later.
All right,
Well, be
Bye-bye.
careful.
Where's the baby?
Bye-bye.